Hey, thank you for watching my channel. I am the Divine Maverick, also known as the mother of twins, helping you along this twin flame journey that can be at times arduous. I did a video a minute ago, actually. I don't whenever you see this, but anyway, it's in the playlist under Messages from Spirit. It's called something like Ready to Walk Away or Thinking of Walking Away or something like that. And I like to read the comments from the tribe because I like to get the energy from the tribe and see, what I need to be doing as a light worker, as an empath, as some sort of spiritual guide by way of healing and introspection and illumination. And so I was feeling a heaviness, a bit of what I call a burden in my spirit, a burden in my energy, a heaviness, like a weightiness, if you will. And I knew I needed to get this oracle to literally just tell you this message. I was meditating on the energy because I said for the collective and whoever this is, these people, I want to help as many as I can. Abba, Father, I want to help as many as I can with this message. So what will you have me concentrate on, or what is the message? And I came up with this card as I was shuffling. My spirit guides and my ascended masters was helping me out, and home card came out. This is card number 35 in the, y'all know my favorite deck, Healing, right now, my current favorite deck, Healing Yourself reading cards. And it's all about recreating home. And like I said, it's card number 35. 35 could mean something to you. You could be 35 years old right now, just starting this journey of this awakening and this enlightenment. I'm looking at this dress. You might be prim and proper. You might have been raised in a certain way, and you just even being in this connection is beneath you because of the way you're masculine or you're feminine. Switch the energy, but there is a woman sitting there, so it could be your masculine. The way they're treating you, it's like almost beneath you. You know what I mean? Like you were daddy's girl, or you were a princess or something, or you know what I mean. So, and then it came out with the World card because I always like to know what God is doing, what Spirit is doing in us, in our major arcana. These signify like major life changes or phases in our growth, right? In our integration, soul, mind, body, spirit, right? So, but the world is here. We should be fully integrated because this is the goal right here. This is what's being worked on. We're on that last leg right now, and we are completing cycles. Some of us are coming out of things, closing toxic connections, getting rid of toxic people, maybe getting rid of karmic jobs, just tying up relationships that were one-sided. What have you? You have Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus out here, energy. You could be, that could be one of your signs, but it's about your intimate partners. I'm gonna read it to you right out of the book, and then we'll move on. It says, in the context of this teaching, let's use the word home to describe your unconscious ability to attract intimate partners with the positive and negative qualities your parents instilled in you. You see, this started in childhood. This card honors the wounded child in you that keeps recreating home, hoping to get your childhood developmental codependency needs met. Maybe you didn't get enough hugs. Maybe you didn't get enough attention. Maybe you felt like you didn't have a voice. But either way, you're trying to reenact or live this out, recreate this dynamic with the partner you have chosen. Your partner is acting like your mother or your father. They're acting in the way that they treated you, and you're trying to heal this or complete this cycle. That's why when it starts to touch and rub and trigger you with this interaction with your divine counterpart, you're ready to run, because as a child, you just learned to go to your happy place, whether that was in your room or whether that was in your mind. You learned how to escape from what you were feeling, and you also learned something else that turned out to be kind of detrimental in your growth and development. You learned how to act like it didn't bother you, and you learned how to act like it wasn't there. Okay? And you learned how to run. All right? So in a world where so many of our natural emotions were not encouraged, and worse yet, suppressed, see, you are now encouraged to feel the feelings trapped inside you and that consistently sabotage your life. For some of us, home was an amazing, empowering, and happy place. But for most of us, it was lacking. There was an unease and hurt. And that unease and that hurt is a trigger. And as soon as you feel that with your divine counterpart, no matter where you are in your journey, like I said, some of you are very close to union because you're integrating. you know, or you might be just starting a cycle. And so this is scaring you the way it's making you feel and what's being triggered inside of you. And so you're like, I'm done. I can't do this, right? Okay, because it reminds me of something that was unpleasant or uneasy. I don't know how to articulate it because, listen, I'm grown now. Look, she's a grown woman. That's not a little girl they're recreating home. These are good grown people. You know, these are adults. Woo, woo. I wonder what the dogs are barking about. Did I hit a nerve? These are, because I said you were grown, because I said you were an adult. Is that what struck a nerve and made the dogs bark? Is that what it was? Come here, girls. Come here. And just like a mother and father's love, I'm just going to call you back in. Come here. Sit down, Sydney. China, come here. I'm working. Come here. I need you to be a part of this. Y'all, Sydney's just right here with her nose. She came right to me. That's all somebody ever needed, was somebody just to notice that they were there. And then, of course, you still have the loud one in the background that's still, you know, wanting the attention. Squeaky wheel gets the grease. Look at me, see me. Somebody needs to hear that, you know, your cries were heard. Your tears, you know, were seen. Maybe you didn't feel like it, but, you know, Spirit knew that this day was coming. You were manifesting in that pain. You learned to manifest who you are today. And it's the same kind of lesson. Keep going. Don't give up. It just happens to deal with love right now. But if it wasn't love, it would be a job or a supervisor that you would have to finally stand up to or endure or decide to dig in your heels versus put in a application, or not an application, but a termination letter or you know, a friendship. I'm not going to answer a call, or blocking somebody in your phone, or deleting them, or, you know, stuff like that. With this, I'm trying to encourage you through the Spirit, through the highest vibration, which is love, by saying you want the promise. You don't want to do something that just is that's gonna just relieve the pain, numb the pain, stop the pain, control the pain. You don't want the pain reliever. You want the promise. Because if you get the promise, then the pain will end for some of you. And for others of you, the pain will change. And then you will learn how to control it. And it'll be way, way more tolerable. Pain is not always a bad thing. And I am not saying stay in a situation that is toxic and is bad for you, that is dangerous for you, that is abusive to you, that is tormenting to you, that is violent. I'm not saying that, but I am saying that pain is what puts you on this journey. The pain of trying to be something that you're not, for people who could care less, but they just wanted you to acquiesce or assimilate. That pain, the pain of that tight place, of that standard, trying to meet that impossible standard, that pain projected you or moved you to a higher level or another place. You only move out of a place when you're in pain or uncomfortable. Pain makes you move. Being uncomfortable makes you do something different so that you can find that comfort that you're looking for, right? Okay. So for most of us, home was not an amazing place. It was a place that had a lot of unease and hurt. And this imprinted on your nervous system, which forces the dysfunction you had with your parents to rise to the surface with your current partner and people close to you. Like I said, it's not just a romantic relationship. It is also a working relationship, a business partnership, any ship. Let's get a story. But the cycle is going to end when you decide that you want the promise, when you make your mind up. Because remember, you'll have what you say. Father, tell me the story. Tell me the story. Run the scenarios. Let me see it very clearly. Thank you. Let's move. The expectation. First card out. What's around it? Expectation of what? Expectation of love and relationship. Marriage card is out. Concern card is out. So worried that the marriage won't happen. So worried you won't have the relationship. You know, some of you are dealing with a father that was disapproving, a father that maybe didn't honor his marriage vow. So you are 3 and 33. Look at that. Look at the numbers. 3 and 33 may mean something to you. 6 may be important to you, and 10. But that's the cycles. What were you expecting in this cycle, right? 10, 2, or 8, okay? But back to the message. But some of you might have had a disapproving father, or a father that didn't honor his marriage vows. So you learned to expect that someone would always lie, cheat, steal. And I'm telling you, you're recreating home. Your vibration is saying that, and you're attracting that. Even in your divine masculine or your divine feminine, you put the energy where it needs to be. I don't know your life, but I am saying to you that part of the lesson or the processing is to rid yourself of that thought, that expectation that the worst is going to happen, that you won't have this, or because you didn't see a healthy picture of what a marriage is supposed to look like, it doesn't mean that you're not going to ever be happy just when something happens. And the first little disagreement is like, I'm done, I'm out, I can't do this. You won't give yourself a chance, you won't give it a chance. But that could be for some of you. Let's keep going. Distant horizons and a message. For some of you, you're dealing with somebody at long distance, and all you have is the phone, the text messaging. Maybe you may see each other through, some sort of video app or video chat or whatever, but they're far away from you. So you're insecure because maybe you felt abandoned in your home life. Your parents were never there. Maybe they worked really hard, or they worked really far away and their commute was long. Whatever the case, you felt like maybe a latchkey kid, if that's a phrase that's before somebody's time. I mean, you brought yourself home, you walked home from school, you were told to make yourself a sandwich, be there soon. You took the dog out, or took care of your little sister, had to go get your little sister and brother from the neighbor's house, because the neighbors were keeping you. But by the time you got home, you had to wait for your mom and dad, or you had to, figure out dinner, that sort of thing, So with this relationship being at a distance, you're worried about being abandoned or having to do it all on your own because you're so used to doing it all on your own in the first place. And don't let the person that's at a distance here be a workaholic too. You might have attracted it, or your vibration might have, you attracted into your existence a workaholic that is very consumed, because now it's all about chasing the money. You might have somebody with a fantasy life. Your parents or your dad or your mom might have been a musician and had a hope and dream of being a singer or an instrumentalist or something, or having a music career or something. I don't know who that's for, but I'm saying, but you're dating somebody that has hopes, and they're in a fantasy land, they're an illusion. He wants to be a 50-year-old rapper. He wants to be a 42-year-old poet now. Now all of a sudden he wants to write poetry and be this poet laureate, you know what I mean? And you're thinking, oh boy, here we go, because you're recreating home again. You've attracted that into your existence so you can heal that. Spirit is giving you an opportunity to heal that, to want the promise. Because if I said this is your person, if I told you this is your twin, your divine counterpart, then trust me to do what I said I'm going to do. Trust me, because you've manifested this. You only have this idea because you are somehow vibrating in unity or harmony with the divine mind. It says, this is the kind of partner I want you to have. Now I want you to work out the stuff. I want you to work out the stuff to bring this to fruition or completion or manifestation. So like I said, there's some people, like I said, worried. We're at a distance. They're never going to be true. They're not, remember, Papa was a Rolling Stone. He didn't honor the marriage vows. They're never going to be true. We're at a distance. I don't know. I can't see him all the time. I can't touch him. You might be obsessed with, you're like, don't even call me regularly. Call me only on video chat, because you got to see where they are. Where are you? I don't see. Turn the phone around so I can look. Let me see where you are at the store. It doesn't sound like you're at the store. I don't know who that's for. Just saying. Tell me the story, Spirit. Tell me the story. Recreating home. Change. 3 of them out. See there? Mature man. Wow. Again, daddy issues now. Daddy issues. Maybe daddy couldn't keep you in a home. Maybe your home life changed when maybe dad left. He abandoned. There it is, abandonment again. Maybe dad left, or maybe dad lost his job and you had to move. You had to move in with relatives. Maybe those relatives were mean to you. So now you had extra people being mean to you and making you feel abandoned and lost. Maybe all you could do is just sit in your room and just, watch TV or write or play with seashells. I don't know, or listen to the ocean. Maybe you love the ocean. You drew the ocean, or that the water calms you because of this, because of a father that couldn't provide for his families. And maybe now what you're seeing is you have a masculine that is having a tough time financially. Maybe he doesn't even have his own place. He could be, 50 years old, he could be an older man, mature man, old enough to have his own place. How about that? And you're just wondering, oh my gosh, he feels a lot like my dad, and Spirit is saying, don't run from it, confront it. Don't run from it. It's simply a cycle world card. That's all it is. That's what you're trying to integrate everything. You're trying to integrate all of this. Why are you even attracting this into your existence, right? Don't run from it. You want the promise. You don't want the pain reliever. Of course you can find a masculine or another man that owns his own place. I mean, maybe he has 2 or 3 houses. But is that the promise? What's attached to what you're trying to release? Oh, Shema. What's attached to the thing that you're trying to release? In order just to feel better for a moment. Realize what the root of it is. You're trying to recreate home. You're trying to recreate home. I want a safe home. I want a safe love. I want a safe relationship. Look at this. There it is again. You were concerned about your home, house. You see? And that's what Spirit is saying. For some of you, the trauma began at 14. Or you haven't been right. Something happened at 14. There was something you needed to say. There was something you needed to report at 14 that happened in the house. Maybe it was 4. Maybe you were 1 and you might have one of those kind of memories. I can remember being a year old and feeling scared. Somebody might have that testimony. I can remember being like a year old, I think. You remember things. And every time you think about home or a house, a certain house, for some of you, it's a certain house you went to. 2. I just said 2, 20, 2. It's a certain house you went to. You might have 20 in the address, or it might be house number 2. Or it might have been your second house, the second home you guys lived in where everything started happening. And the police were called or you were hungry or you felt unsafe. Or you felt imprisoned. You couldn't go anywhere. You felt locked down to family obligations, younger siblings, some older siblings, maybe grandparents. Now you're not a free teenager or free, adolescent. Now you're a butler, you're a nanny, you're a maid, you're a cook. Something about the home that you're trying to recreate, and the masculine, your counterpart, reminds you of this. Reminds you of this. I thought a card dropped, you guys. Maybe it didn't. But it reminds you of this. But you got to remember. Look at you. Look how you're the privileged lady. This is who you are. This is how you're seen. This is what the world sees. See there? She doesn't like she's crying, does she? She doesn't. She looks like she's guarded. Yes. Look at that dress. That's enough layers on there. You've got enough layers on you to protect you, privileged lady. You've got enough privileges that you made yourself. And look that. She's standing behind the home. It's like a gazebo, or it's like a gazebo. It's like a place of shelter, of safety. It's like a home, but look at it. It's made of glass. It's made of glass. A house made of glass. So fragile. And that's what that privileged lady looks like. So dressed up, so layered up, so beautiful, so heads covered, can't even read her face, covering herself from the sun. She's learned how to protect herself with that umbrella from the rays of the sun. She's doubly protected. I got a hat on and an umbrella. So you know how to protect yourself. You might have been doing it since you were 12 years old, maybe even 3. You might have been protecting yourself in this relationship for the last 3 years or something like that. 21 might mean something to you as well. But that's a glass house behind her. That's what you look like. You're fragile. One rock thrown at that structure behind her, and something can shatter. And that's how you feel about this relationship. One more stone hurled at me. One more disappointment. And I'm quitting courthouse. I'm calling it quits. I'm calling the law. I want it to be officially over. See that courthouse, right? That's the bottom of the deck that I'm dealing from. You see what I'm saying? One more thing happens. I'm calling this thing. I'm placing a judgment on it. One more thing that happens. Can't do this anymore. See there? Can't do this anymore. I'd rather be by myself. I'd rather be the main female. I choose me. I'll bring myself my own flowers. See, she's holding that flower. I'll bring myself my own flowers, thank you. But look at her face. Does she look content? Nope. She looks timid. She looks timid. You know why? Because people who live in glass houses should not throw stones. Don't argue with your twin or judge or condemn your twin. Help heal them. How do you do that? You heal yourself. That's how you do that. You're the main one, main female. It all begins and ends with you. Don't go for just a fly-by-night, some Knight of Wands energy coming in and out. You don't want that. You want something real. You want something that's yours. You want something lasting. Put an angel oracle on the spirit. I think we got the point, you guys. I think we got the point. Reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. That's all it is space. When you take a look back, look at this card. It's the same color as her dress. Look at that. Look at the colors in the cards, guys. You see that? That's powerful imagery. That's powerful imagery. And then the butterflies. You can't miss the butterflies. You have to reflect on where you are. If you need to take a step back, take a step back. But don't forfeit. Just take a step back. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. It's a difference between giving out and giving up. It's a difference. You can give out. You can walk away. But don't give up. Who would want the promise? Who would want something that pales in comparison? Who? No judgment. Please hear my heart. Just saying. There's so much more. Spirit, what would you bring on this? What would you bring to bear on this as we leave? I'm going to close right here, y'all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all your likes, your subscribes, your shares, and your comments. The channel is really growing and the messages are getting out, and I just couldn't even be. And this is why I do what I do. Lean on, look upon the source to help you with this. Do not forfeit the promise for a pain reliever. That's temporary. The promise is eternal. Lean on source, the source. You are divine. You can create and have and do and be whatever it is that you want. It's okay to give up. I mean, yeah. Wait a minute. Give up what? I was like, wait a minute, I did that backwards. I did. I know it's give out, don't give up, but I'm saying that just rang in my ear when I said it's okay to give up. What do you mean, Spirit? Give up what? It's okay to give up. What? Wisdom. It's okay to give up thinking you know what to do. It's okay to give up thinking you know the way and the only way. It's okay to give up what you've been taught or what you've been trained to do and then the way you will function, your wisdom. Give up your wisdom and follow the wisdom of the source. I moved the card, but right on top of that is the death card. Not your way. Unless your way aligns with what source is saying to you. Give up the wisdom of man and go with the wisdom of the divine. Because your wisdom is trying to recreate something that was painful for you in like a warped way. And Spirit is like, breathe, honey. You do the work, the cycles are going to keep closing and ending. You're integrating. This is the last card in the major arcana, the world. That means everything has been integrated. This is where you're going. For some of you, you're very, very close. For others of you, you're just starting another cycle because this card also represents cycles. But either way, look, you're moving. These are phases. These are seasons. It's seasonal. It's a moment. It's always circling and cycling, okay, around and around. It's always progressing, or it should be. So it's not going to always be like this. Person watching, it's going to get better. Lean on the source wisdom, not your own. I don't know how those tarot cards got in my hand. I'm going to take all this. The gift, which is the love. Look at the lovers and the gift. And then change your perspective. Perspective. I can't make this stuff up. All I'm doing is trying to clean up these cards I made. And there's messages everywhere. And also, this is a gift. This love is a gift from Source. Trust it. You want the promise, not the pain reliever. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Hit the notifications bell. Keep up with all the videos that get posted. Till we meet again, guys, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.